Good morning and welcome in, everyone. Before we get into this morning's update, we must go over a little bit of be a little transparent here on what's happened, at least to start today. We can see we're a little red today, but I wouldn't get so disappointed in that as of right now. We had a very volatile spike up, anywhere from 8 to 15% across the board. We know like Ethereum was up like 13%, Bitcoin was up close to 10%. So to see some kind of retracement here is expected. Bitcoin, however, has only gone down about 1% or 785 points, sitting at 81,800. That's not the worst case scenario at all. We're building up just fine. We had a little bit of consolidation overnight, which is exactly what we need to have. We're retesting that 1 hour Goldencross right now, which is a great retest. So far, it's been perfect, tailor-made. The 2 hourly now is going to try to get over the 200 day. It's come down exactly like it needs to. We have a nice bullish candle possibly here in the 2 hour, but we never get too excited in the morning because at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and 6 to 6:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is about an hour and a half from now, that's when the U.S. starts to wake up in majority. The East Coast is already up, as I am, but we need to wait for the East Coast to get to work around 9:30 a.m. in the Pacific Standard Time, so on the West Coast, for them to start waking up as well. And then we can start to see a general direction of the market. Right now, I'm pretty happy with what I'm seeing, if I'm being honest. Only because we've come down and consolidated in the 2 hourly. The 1 hourly we've consolidated on the Goldencross area. And that's what needs to happen for us to continue to push out. And then if we can continue pushing out, and in the hourly where we have this Goldencross, that's actually a really good sign for Bitcoin. Assuming we don't lose it, because that's a nice flag that's set up here as well. And if you're looking for some positivity out of this, you need this retracement. But let's just say we hold the hourly. We'll come down a little bit to the bottom. That hourly being held, that can kick us up to like 87,908. So if that plays out, our next target would be up about 3,000, no, a little bit more than that. So 87,900, you're looking at about $6,200 move. If this plays out the way it's supposed to and doesn't break down, that's what we built up. So we would be targeting around 89,400 roughly. No, 89,000, what was that? Like 800 maybe, I think it said. Oh, 87,900, okay. So we're targeting 87,900. So about a $6,200 move if this holds. For XRP, we've got a nice flag built as well. Testing the Goldencross right now in the hourly. In the 2 hourly, we could come back down and test the 20 day. So we need to see if it holds in the hourly or if it does break a little bit. For XRP, if this did hold on the hourly, you're looking at a retest, and that's perfect. Because I believe we're going to have to retest that $2.29 area. So I think that's a rather perfect spot for that to be, if I'm being honest. So yeah, that looks like a good spot. And then, let's see for Ethereum real quick. So XLM in the hourly is testing like the 20 day. It's still got that same flag set up, but it didn't come across in the hourly. It made a Goldencross. It made it in the 30 minute. Yeah, so we're not going to want to break this down. If this breaks down, then we might reset this pattern. So all of these look like we got these little flags set up. We just don't want this to break into a right arm. So we want this to pull up today now. So we created what looks like a little reverse. So now we want to pull this up and make like a W here and continue out. If XLM does it, it should come up around the 26 cent mark. And then I'm going to do the intro, and then I'll show DGB real quick. Good morning. 8:02 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Thursday, April 10th, 2025. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So I'm trying to get through this. I got to get my son to school. We got to leave here in 17 minutes. It snowed out last night, so we have a little bit of snow on the ground. I know Michigan, you can never quite guess what weather you're going to get. One day 70, the next day snowing, the morning 60, the nights, it's always different. So today it's cold, snowy, and feels a little bit like winter. So, but we'll get past it. DGB down 4.48% at the 0096 level. Hopefully DGB is not a front runner. and telling us that this little pattern is just going to flip down. But it did have an inverse head and shoulders. DGB would be back testing all the way down to about the 942 level. You'd be okay. I mean, even if it came down here, I suppose you could back test this, but you really don't want to lose a range right here because then you're back testing a inverse head and shoulders. And then to finish this short-term pattern, you'd have to come up here towards the 1-1 area. But if this plays out in totality, I mean, we would be coming back up to this resistance at around the 117. And then if you could break out of here finally, then it's a move up to the 1.6 cent level. That's a nice little move. It's just DGB's been stuck in this range. We'll talk more about DGB and the rest tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But for the rest of the time, I want to make sure I look at the gold real quick, as gold is sitting at up $42 an ounce right now, back up to $3,124 an ounce. It's looking very promising this morning. Silver is down about 0.44%. All right, silver's back to even after that small little bump. We've got mining stocks slightly up in pre-market. Barrick Gold's up 0.43% after a 7.3% move yesterday to the top side. B2 Gold's up 1% after a 9% move yesterday. First Majestic's up just under 0.75% after a 13.1% move yesterday. And Fortuna Silver Mines is up about 0.35% in pre-market after a 10.79% surge yesterday. So definitely we'll be paying attention to commodities again today. But again, we'll talk about that more at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in live. XRP is fighting with that $2 level. Like I said when I started, this looks pretty good right now. Unless we break this down in the hourly, we look fine. We've back tested a Goldencross in the 30-minute. I mean, we've already played through that. But in the hourly, we're back testing that Goldencross. If it were to play off of here, we could come up to $2.28. If it plays down, we're going to come right back down to $1.70. I don't even... No, I take that back. We might be able to hold $1.82, but at this point, if it broke down from here, we'd probably fall through and then start tapping that 150 fair value gap, just for transparency to be fair. But I still think we're on a bullish setup right now after that consolidation. And unless we break that down, this should be looking pretty good to start. I think we could have a nice continuation. It's Thursday, so if we were going to go continuation from yesterday, it should be today. Unless we have a small consolidation of red throughout the day. And then on the Thursday night and the Friday night candle close, then we might get something. So, but Friday we go into the weekend. We know we've dumped 16 weekends in a row. Could this weekend be different? It could. This could be the different that we finally changed the narrative. But the next 48 hours are super, super incredibly important. We talked about it a lot yesterday in the live about if we want to make sure we have a bullish weekend for the first time in 4 months, Bitcoin's got to get over 84,238, which it shouldn't have a problem with if we're meant to be bullish this weekend, because this continuation should get us up to near 88,000 if it plays properly. The hour is in a Goldencross just like on XRP. And it looks like it's getting ready to make its next move, but we have to see if it's a fake out. So like I said, the next 48 hours is going to be incredibly important. This would be the time that I would take a look in the video description below and our pinned comments. I would look on my homepage and click on these little links here and sign up to BITUNIX now. It's lowest spot and leverage trading fees, lowest maker-taker fee. It's got the lowest... it's got no VPN or KYC worldwide, including USA. You can trade in privacy and secrecy, but also have the confidence when you're trading that it's going to be the lowest fees. So you can swing trade. You can do everything that you need to do without getting bashed over the head. They've had XRP. They never got rid of it, even in the time of the lawsuit, which I wish I would have known about BITUNIX in 21 instead of in 23, late 23, early 24. And I would have never used Uphold. It's that simple. The only thing they don't have that I desire, and that's why I have Crypto.com, is DGB. So I would take advantage of that for sure. Don't give away your money to the exchanges. But I want to see if this ends up falling through here and being a little bit of a fake out here, or if the market can continue up. We're going to find out a lot in the next 48 hours. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. If you appreciate my content, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join the 32,700 plus subscribers. And share this far and wide. And please, 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 if you're watching this, make sure to hit that like button. And if you appreciate my work, consider joining Tom's Army or sending a YouTube Super Chat, or you can send a donation cash at Venmo, PayPal. But on days like today, I wouldn't be doing any of that. I'd be looking at your portfolio and seeing if there's an opportunity or if we're about to fall through. Right now, we don't know. We'll find out more around 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll do a short around noon, and then around 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll do the live. Have a blessed day.